Moving into the weekend, Bitcoin is still struggling to break over the $17,000 resistance. This same resistance is acting as a major trigger point, which will facilitate the next continuation up to around $18,000 if broken. Until then, resistance is resistance, and we should be considering downside possibility. Let's go ahead and dive into the technicals and see how the chart has progressed over the last 24 hours. Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tuning back into today's video. We're going to talk about Bitcoin today on a smaller time frame, focusing on the current consolidation phase and talking about the directional breaks which could occur if we do see a break down or up from here. Of course, heading into the weekend, we do expect volatility to start dropping down as well as volume, and therefore the likelihood that we see an explosive directional move over the next 48 hours become increasingly slim. Nevertheless, these are the times to prepare and plan for what you need to do and how you should position yourself for what occurs next. Now, before we get into today's video, smash the like button, hit the comment button, and subscribe to the channel. Also, come down to the second pinned comment to join our Telegram channel. Access in the second link in the pinned comment section. All of our videos, charts, news events, analysis, information, and so much more. If you're interested in joining our trading channel, get access to trades of specific entries, specific take profit zones, and stop losses. All of it is set out for you guys to access. Along with that, you'll get exclusive altcoin analysis, exclusive chart analysis and information, and much more. Let's go ahead and dive into the video, guys. So we'll start with our market data. Obviously, we'll start on the monthly. We can see for the month right now, we're sitting around negative 0.8. So not a lot of movement up, not a lot of movement down. We're only 3 days into December now, so not much has really happened. Again, we've really just been pushing sideways at this $17,000 level now for a couple days. On the quarterly, we're at negative 12.36. Again, not really that much happening. Bitcoin hasn't really moved for the last 3 days. Looking at volatility, we have seen a 30-day volatility pump up to around 4.13. But again, guys, looking at the intraday volatility, we're looking very steady. So we've only really moved between 4.04 and 4.13, so a 0.9% shift in volatility over the last, we're looking at about 23 days. So volatility, although has been high on the 30-day period, because we had this massive jump from around 1.67 to 4.04. If we look at like a 15-20-day period, volatility has actually been very low. So we've had very low volatility, we've had very low trading volume. Look at liquidations, very low over here. Again, low liquidations, low volume, low volatility, not a lot of price action. That's what we're seeing right now. Let's take a look at the Bitcoin real quickly, just a quick summary of what's happening. We had this uptrending support line over here, this uptrend which we actually did break down from. We rejected and confirmed that rejection, pushing back into the support zone like we said. We said yesterday's video, we are most likely coming down to a support level. This support level is going to act as the next trigger for a move down to the POC level over here. As you can see, the VIPB has a huge gap. So that was that next support level we had to hold. If we broke through here, we would have shot all the way down over here, potentially even back down to a $16,000 level. But it looks like we did actually find some support. We developed some small trend upwards over here and rejected back off that 17,100 major trigger level. We'll come back and talk about it in a second. Let's go over the market as a whole. So the DXY had a nice little rally over here on job data. I'm pretty sure job data came out. We saw a nice rally on the DXY over here. It came out, I think it came out better than expected. I'm not 100% sure. I wasn't actually awake at the time. I'll have to go over and take a look. But we had some economic news come out. The DXY pumped up and it's been shoved right back down almost instantly over the last couple hours. Again, retesting this downtrending support level we have here on this ascending channel formation. Technically, we're still at support here. The S&P 500 and Dow Jones. So the Dow Jones is still in this descending momentum over here, which is this bearish divergence. Of course, we have uptrending support. So we have this uptrending resistance over here, which is an increase in price, and this decline in momentum equals a bearish divergence. So right now we do expect resistance to act as resistance until it's proven otherwise. Breaking over the POC level and this uptrending support line, a resistance line over here, in conjunction with this trend line here, will confirm that rally to the upside. So we're looking for 35,000 as that next major resistance. Until then, this whole area here, this area here between the POC and the $35,000 level is going to be acting as massive massive resistance. So we can't expect any sort of rejection from there until this level is broken above. And if we do break above this level, well, new uptrend, guys, we're going up, we're going up. Very interesting. S&P 500, very, very similar position over here. We're testing that downward sloping resistance of the bull market over here. Again, breaking through this level will be very, very bullish for the charts. We can expect a price to continue upwards, potentially heading up to the local high we had over here. Again, this level matches up right over here. So we're retesting this level around 4,300 for best case scenario. Until then, we are in some sort of rising channel formation or a rising ascending wedge formation. We have a few different patterns over here. Again, a bearish pattern breaking to the downside of this uptrend over here can result in the price continuing to the downside. So again, keep your mind and keep your eyes on that. Bond yields are very interesting. The 10 years keep dropping, which again is a leading indicator in what the DXY is going to do, and therefore the markets. And the 2-year bond yields have lost the 50 EMA and actually come back up and retested the 4.4% zone and actually rejected from the 4.4% back down to 4.267%. So again, we talked about this yesterday. We said if we don't close this daily above this 50 EMA, there's a good chance we'll confirm that rejection point and the 2 days will be heading back down. Looking for an honest, reliable and accurate exchange that you can trust to trade on, go ahead and sign up to Bitget with the link down below and join myself and all of our other VIP members and other members who trade on Bitget daily. There's a whole range of benefits and features you can actually get by trading on Bitget. These include no government regulations, meaning you can sign up from anywhere in the world. There's no KYC, 0% trading fees on spot, massively reduced trading fees on futures. It's one of the lowest in the game. And most importantly, access to their protection fund in case the exchange gets hacked. You can actually get reimbursed for your funds so you can ensure your funds are safe. Now, most importantly, if you do sign up with the link down below, that first link, you'll get access to 2 additional features. These include access to a reward center where you can get up to $4,163 in rewards and access to the MegaWhale exclusive referral link, bonus discounts. Every other month we do bonus campaigns. We get up to 10% off your trading fees, or even you get a percentage of your trading fees refunded to your account as USDT. Essentially, you get paid to be on the exchange. That's enough, guys. We'll get back into the video. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and jump into Bitcoin. And there really isn't too much to talk about today, so we're going to keep this one nice and short and sharp, but we're going to be focusing on the 2 major trigger points which will determine the next directional move of Bitcoin. If you want a more in-depth analysis, go watch yesterday's video. We covered a 36-minute video on absolutely everything you need, but today we're focusing on only the short term and the next move for Bitcoin. So what we are seeing here is we saw an uptrend develop. We saw rejection and 2 failed attempts to break out of the 17,160 to 40 range. And the 17,160 to 40 range is labeled as the major bearish trigger. Okay, the bearish trigger, meaning if we break above the bearish trigger, we're going to be entering a uptrend. Okay, to the downside, we have our support level over here. So we developed a sideways consolidation between this upper trigger zone and this lower trigger zone. Alternatively, breaking through this lower trigger zone on the chart, this lower gray box, will be clearing this low and confirming a move towards 16,500. As you can see, the next level of support on the chart is here. Losing this level at 16,500 level will confirm the break towards that downside. So the 2 trigger zones we want to be looking at right now are this lower support level and this upper resistance level. What will confirm a breakout? We're looking for a 1 hour close above this level over here, followed by a 1 hour open above the same trigger zone. That will confirm a continuation to the upside. That could take us as high as 18,100 on the larger time frame. If you take a look at the volume over here, you can see on the VRPV, immediately after this rejection point, this resistance zone, we do have the VRPV indicating dropping in historical trading volume within this range, indicating that just as we have seen on the downside, a lot of volatility followed, we're going to see exactly the same thing to the upside. We're going to see a lot of volatility and volume coming to the market as the price starts pushing through that level. So the next target to the upside is at 18,172. Now 18,172 to 18,600 is a very key point as it represents the June to November support level that we developed over a 5-month period between June and November. If you take a look at the chart over here, you'll see the support level developed from November, okay, all the way back, and I don't know why it's not loading, but it took us all the way back to June over here. So this horizontal support level that formed the basis of this descending triangle formation was that support level in June and November, and that same next target we have for a Bitcoin chart if we do break over this horizontal trigger zone on the smaller time frame. So it gives us potential to move upwards there according to the volume range. To the downside, like we said already, guys, if we are going to be breaking down, we're not really too interested in anything but a break of this level. Breaking through this level will take Bitcoin down. Until then, resistance is resistance, and therefore we should expect this point to be resistance and act as resistance. Flipping the chart, you can see this level is acting as major support currently. We do have a descending channel formation, which we broke out of. Retesting as low, we could definitely start to push back upwards. Another reason this is such an important level is because not only does it represent what is a significant resistance on a Bitcoin chart before a possible large rally, but if we go ahead and take a look at the stock market is, we see the Dow Jones and the S&P 500 at major resistance. And this isn't random. Generally, markets find resistances at more or less the same time, particularly when we're testing massive resistances, because the moment when we test these massive, month-long resistances, we generally see the DXY find massive support. When the DXY is at massive support, it indicates potential rise in strength of the dollar, and that generally indicates asset prices fall. So there is a degree of 0.7 towards a correlation between stocks and crypto. So generally, when we are seeing the stock market at massive resistance, Bitcoin is more likely to be experiencing massive resistance as well. And that is what we're seeing here. So keep an eye on this trigger level, guys. These triggers are going to be telling us exactly where Bitcoin will go next. Breaking over this trigger, we'd be definitely looking for more longs. Breaking above here, the market looks great on the smaller time frame. The smaller time frame should continue towards the upside. Again, breaking through this level. Again, hold on to your shorts. We can expect the price to rally towards the downside. I'm going to leave it there, guys. If you've got any questions, leave them down below. We'll get into more and extensive analysis tomorrow when the markets pick up a little more volatility. Until then, take it easy.